to work, except that the hours were worse than formerly than in the restaurant and ice cream and spud nut business. And so then my daughter Kathy, you had a friend, what was her name? Susan Bickerstaff. And Bill Bickerstaff had a little rental yard on Grand Avenue, a little junkyard. The water trucks were 20 years old, the dump trucks were 20, the backhoes were several years old. Nothing ran, but he was still making money. He had some stuff rented to Mountain Bell, and it looked like something we could deal with. So I called Jay Wright and told him that we had I'd located this little agency there, and in the meanwhile I'd gotten acquainted with another lady downtown that owned her husband had died, and she owned a real good rental yard that rented a lot of mostly compressors, but a lot of other things. And she wanted me to come in with her on her yard and run her yard, but I didn't feel comfortable enough going into her yard because I'd never been in that end of it. So I went with the Jay Wright deal, and we bought this little rental yard, believe it or not, for $66,000. But nobody in the rental business at that time did delivery work. And so I thought, what would it be if we delivered for nothing and made a little money than to make nothing? So we started the delivery people business. I bought an old trailer puller for a truck, and I got a trailer, and we started delivering equipment. We started adding a trailer here and there, an old used trailer, and we'd deliver wherever the job was, we'd take it. If it was Sun City, we went to Sun City Company. Well, the company starts getting stronger. We're getting stronger, and we're passing up the other rental yards in town. We're doing more volume. We had Mountain Bell. We were doing $40,000 a month with them. We had APS. We were doing it with them. We had some of the electrical companies had come to us from other companies because our service was good. In November the 24th, we bought this little cooler yard on 48th Street and Baseline. We got started. There were 4 of us there, and the first holiday came along, and we about went crazy. We had what happened right about this time. I'm fumbling a little bit because it's a little hard for me to get it all together, but times were bad, and we were in kind of a depressed area right at 80. 80 was our first year in business, and people couldn't pay their electric bills, so they were too high. Electricity was too high. And the refrigeration units back in those days, the cost of running them was too high. And very few people had them. But those that did have them couldn't afford to run them. So it was a good time to go into the cooler business. And so we finally got to be distributors, and we finally got air conditioning in. Gettles let us have some of theirs, and we'd sell them immediately, and finally became a distributor of Gettle air conditioning and Gettle coolers. And then we'd buy damaged stuff from different people in town, and it started to shape up into a fairly good little business. And I think the whole family learned a lot from it, but I don't know why I felt that we should sell it, but I just felt that we should. And I don't know, some of the family members didn't want to sell it, and some of the customers didn't want us to sell it, and some of our salespeople didn't want us to sell it, even though this new company was willing to hire our people. I had been through the 30s when we had the terrible depression that they speak about, and that I had gone through the 80s when interest went up as high as 22%, and things were really bad, and people couldn't afford electricity even, and they were buying lots of coolers, even though people that had refrigeration units bought evaporative coolers, which was good for us but bad for the people. And